With the 14th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select JaJuan Kinlaw, defensive tackle, South Carolina.
Well, perhaps another surprise, but JaJuan Kinlaw is one hell of a football player. His story is also amazing, but what you need to know about him is how he grew up. He split time between his mother and father in Goose Creek, South Carolina, as well as in Washington, D.C., and he spent some of that youth homeless in the nation's capital, where he would ride the metro because either it was colder than it was inside or hotter than it was outside. And he has been a remarkable story, talking about the things that he went through as a kid. He related to that sometimes in Washington, D.C., walking over dead bodies to get to where he lived. Todd McShay said he showed up at the Senior Bowl, didn't even work out, and didn't even play, rather, just went through some drills and made a bunch of money. And there you see the reaction of his father. JaJuan Kinlaw is now a member of the San Francisco 49ers. His story is absolutely remarkable.
The Minnesota Vikings have traded the 25th pick to the San Francisco 49ers. With the 25th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Brandon Aiyuk, wide receiver, Arizona State.
All right, Daniel Jeremiah, nicely done. Brandon Aiyuk is indeed the selection. So that's the second straight year. Forks up, Herm Edwards, that an Arizona State Sun Devil wide receiver has gone in the first round. N'Keal Harry went there a year ago when he went into I believe the last pick to the New England Patriots. He's from Reno, Nevada. He transferred from Sierra College. But what's really interesting about Brandon Aiyuk is the fact that he's basically just about 6 feet tall, but his wingspan is 81 inches. Let's put that in comparison, Michael Irvin. Megatron was 6'5", Calvin Johnson. He had an 82-inch wingspan. This guy is 5 inches shorter, and his wingspan is only 1 inch less. How is that possible?
I tell you, it's a blessing from God to have that reach. I call that an area code wide receiver. You put the phone anywhere, you put the ball anywhere in the area code, and he will make that play. And you match him up. You give Kyle Shanahan, that genius of an offensive mind, a guy like Brandon Aiyuk, who can make plays with the ball, as you're watching right here on the screen. I mean, it's going to be a great combination to put with that young group they have in San Francisco.
All right, let's give it up for Colton McKivitz, the tackle out of West Virginia, going to San Francisco, because Colton, that's his dad. His dad is very popular in the West Virginia area because he makes those raccoon skin and sometimes coyote caps. And he's already saying that he's going to sort of help Colton market. And Colton's like, no. Dad thinks he's getting a $35,000 salary to mow my grass and watch the dogs, maybe on the second contract. What's he going to need to get that second contract for his dad?
I'll tell you what, Trey, that hat, I can't stop staring at that hat. That's staring right into my soul with that thing on his head. Look, this is a player that's real nasty. He plays a little bit high, a little bit upright, but he collects knockdowns about as much or more than any lineman in this draft. He's not a phenomenal athlete, but reminds me a lot of a guy like Dennis Kelly. If you followed his career beginning with the Philadelphia Eagles and then going on to the Tennessee Titans, when you're big, strong, and tough, you cover up some of those deficiencies. You hang around this league for a very long time. And by the looks of his father, I'm not going to say anything else that would be negative.
Well, we move on to the 49ers selection, and it's Charlie Warner, the tight end, Daniel, out of Georgia.
Yeah, and a lot of these tight ends, Trey, you're hoping you can get some just willingness in the run game. Charlie Warner is outstanding as a run blocker. You can run right behind him at the point of attack. You can also play him off the ball. You use him on wham blocks. They'll use him to crash and do a lot of different things. He's outstanding in space to latch and control. Hasn't been ultra involved in the passing game, but somebody that also is a phenomenal special teams player. He's going to be one of the best special teams players in this draft. So he's going to have a role as somebody that can block and somebody that's going to cover kicks.
Take a look at JaJuan Jennings, who is now off the board, going to San Francisco in the 7th round. His father played football at North Alabama. His sister, Alexis, played college basketball at Kentucky and South Carolina. His brother Kendall played junior college basketball. But we're talking about a guy, Daniel, and JaJuan Jennings, who has had discipline issues with not one but two staffs at Tennessee.
Yeah, but when you watch him on the field, Trey, I know the knock on this kid on the field is the speed. He ran a 4.72 at the combine. He does not separate very well. But if you're looking for a big slot, that's what you have right here. And the physicality shows up on these 50-50 balls. They just pitch it up to him, let him go get it down in the red zone. They'll use him as a wildcat quarterback. He breaks tackles, just very physical and strong with outstanding hands. He's also really good on punt coverage in that area. So the speed is a major concern on the field, Trey, but at this point in time, he does something really well. He's a big physical slot.